So welcome once again to this second live session of this course. So we won't waste much of the time, but before we start, we would request one of the participants to remind us of what was covered last time in the first session. What was the key takeaway that you had in the first session? So can somebody just raise your hand and speak? Anyone? So who's going to talk about that? Anybody?
Anyone just give it a try. It's absolutely fine if you don't get all the steps, but just like from
what we learned last time, any key takeaway? Anyone from this group?
Yeah, introduction, madam, basic features and maps, how to study maps, how to take data and things like that. The beginning.
Okay.
So downloading the shape files and then downloading the vector data and overlapping these two files and coming up with insights.
Okay.
So we looked at the fire data last time.
Yeah, that's more specific. We looked at the fire data last time. And one more thing we missed out. What else? What kind of data we saw last time?
CSV files.
Yes. Okay. No, one more thing. So we had actually, if you remember, we had. Yes, so we had actually got two sets of data. One was country level data, and then that was the base data that we had. On top of it, we had the forest fire data, the fire data. Is it clear? Okay. So what we did was, so we had extracted data of two different kinds using QGIS, and Pulaha had also quantified the data on fire activities at country level. Finally, what we found was that in the last 48 days, is it right?
48 hours.
For 48 hours, Australia had seen the maximum number of fire activities last time. Okay, yeah. So that was the first step. So what we again, just to summarize, so we had used QGIS to extract data, special data, and then we had also quantified the values at country level. Is that fine? Is everyone? Yes, no?
Can anyone recall we did something like that?
In the chat, just write yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. That's good to see everybody getting engaged. Okay. Now, one more thing. So we had people from different backgrounds. Somebody had asked about a very basic question. That's very obvious if you are new to this field. What is QGIS in the simplest term? So let me remind you that most of us are all working professionals. We have heard the word MIS, Management Information System, right? Yes or no? MIS? If you're working? Yes. Yeah. So what does MIS do? MIS is actually a system that takes care of various parameters in your organization. For example, my attendance, my leave record, my salary, everything, So it is a system that accumulates everything at one place. You're able to analyze information regarding management within this system. Okay. You're able to, so you are able to store it, analyze it, visualize it. You can do all those things. But the information is at the level of management. So, and the name is MIS. Similarly, QGIS is a system. It's very simple. It's very vague term where you are able to again extract, analyze, and visualize spatial data that has a location linked to it. That's in the very, very simplest term. Is that fine? Is the concept clear? Yes. Thank you. Okay. So that was a very, very vague, or I will say very raw explanation of QGIS, because people were asking, okay, and the purpose of this, for example, so if Pulaha is a data journalist in our organization, what he does is, his work profile involves analyzing special data to communicate the state of environment in a country, okay, and also across the world. And that's his day-to-day job. But he doesn't have enough time to do this. And so QGIS is the one that saves his time. And one of the most important activities that he did recently was he had mapped forest fire activities in the high altitude of a country. Okay, so forest fire activities are happening, but they're happening at high altitude. So that's one case study where he had used QGIS. So again, he had the general perception was these fires are happening, but where are they happening exactly? What's the exactly hotspot? And then he found that that's happening at high altitude, which is again very abnormal. Okay? And
so someone is just posting and they can make a map now. I think that's the Sundarban region. They have found a lot of forest fire there.
Yeah, so that's one example. Okay, so we were just having a news meeting and we were asked Pulaha to just give us a map of forest fire activities, and somebody told us it's happening in the higher altitude, and yes, that was true. That's very unusual. So that's one use of QGIS as an environmentalist or as a data communicator or as an environmentalist. Okay. Second example is she had also used the same tool to map data of mining activities in Rajasthan. Okay, if you're aware, it's a state of India, and again a very interesting case study, and that had actually helped us reach discussions at policy level as well. There are many such examples. Okay. Similarly, so now in this you have been taught to extract data at country level, but if you are very curious, you can actually now use this tool to extract data at state level, district level, and then again deep dive into the issues that are of concern to you. That's the main purpose. Okay, I hope the basics are clear by this time. Yes, yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you. Now Pulaha will take over from here. Pulaha, over to you now.
Hi guys, thank you for coming for the second live session on GIS. So I got a lot of questions asking how can you use this data basically? I mean, what's the use of this data? Like I'm sure like a lot of people are coming from very different backgrounds and they have nothing to do with forest fire. The way you look at it is basically it doesn't have to be forest fire. It could have been some other data, right? Could have been, I don't know, anything. Maybe some think of it like instead of forest fire, it's a data on disasters, like where all buildings broke or like infrastructure came down, like that kind of data, and it has lat long basically the latitude and the longitude. So all you have to do now is like the moment you see a .csv file which has a lat long, now you can just load it on QGIS. That's all you have to do, and then you get on with the other things like you start quantifying and everything. So these are the ways you can. So like what was the reason behind me trying to introduce the .csv file? So why we did it is because the Excel is something that we use a lot, and that's why like I wanted to introduce like what kind of point data we can use. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is just introduce you to as many data formats as possible in GIS, and you will come across those kind of data formats. So that was one reason. And now what we are going to do here is I'll share my desktop. And so yesterday we were here. We did something like this. We had the 5 points and everything. And today we are going to turn it to something like this. And what you're seeing here is a choropleth map, and I'll explain what is a choropleth map. So let's get started. Let me just come back to QGIS. This is where we are. This is all the files that we had made. Hopefully you guys have it. You can just go ahead and load it. So these are, I think right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 files we had done yesterday. If you don't have the error output, invalid output and valid output, it's fine. But just keep it like in case you get confused. So just keep it in the layers panel for the time being. You don't have to delete it.
One thing is just recall to everyone. So on the screen you are seeing there are 3 different panels in QGIS. Okay. On your left hand side you have the browser panel. Below that you have the layers panel, and on your left extreme left you have the tools bar. So these 3 panels are the most important panels that you're supposed to focus on while working on QGIS. The entire magic happens in these 3 panels. Okay, so focus on these panels. Yeah.
Excuse me, can we start with a fresh example this time? Because last time we missed many things in the firewall data.
Sir, for some reason your voice is echoing. Yeah, can you tell?
Even your voice is also echoing a lot, sir.
Just
Yes.
is it still echoing?
No, your voice is fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So can you just come again, sir? Okay, so someone is asking
Now
how to.
it's fine, sir. Now it's fine. Sir. Yeah, much better.
Okay, so someone is Ujjwal is asking how do we get the narrow pattern on the left? So for this one, sir, what you have to do is come here, layer, view, panels. This one, I think it's manage. Sorry, it's in toolbars. My bad. It's in toolbars. It's manage layers toolbar. This one. So if you check that, you'll get this left-hand side panel. Again, like starting with today's GIS session now. So this is where we are. Basically, if I just uncheck all the files, these are the two files that we have. The fixed geometry file, which is basically the file that we fixed from the raw shapefile, which is the any10m admin countries, if you remember. So this one was the any10m admin countries. This one was the file, and if you see, if I just move the fixed geometry over any 10 admin, then you can see the fixed geometry, the file which we fixed it. And the same way, like if I check the raw data here, the raw fire data, you won't see because it's under that layer. It's under fixed geometries and any10m. And the way we move it forward is we just drag it and put it on top of fixed geometries. And now we have this. Okay. So just in case you guys are confused that where did my layer go? Why can't I see it? So just keep fidgeting with the layers one on top of the other. And that's how you do it in QGIS. It's all a layers game here. The visibility part is all a layers game. Okay. And going ahead, so the first thing we are going to do is, and again, just to give you an idea of what we are trying to do today, is we're trying to do this. Okay. So this from here, we come here. And what we do now is, what we are trying to do is, how many of you have an idea about VLOOKUP? Anyone has any idea about VLOOKUP in Excel? Have they used this formula before, VLOOKUP?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can you tell the class, like, what do we do in a VLOOKUP? What is the primary aim of VLOOKUP formula in an Excel?
We generally compare the two values, two columns.
Two columns, right? Yeah. And first we actually join them okay, so like both the columns need to have one common variable, right? Only then we'll be able to join the two columns, right? To get the value.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we are going to do something very similar today. Very similar. Just think of it as a sort of a VLOOKUP, but in QGIS to explain it. In order, and why we are doing this is again because we want to do this. Okay. We can't just directly go and start doing it because right now the fixed geometries, if you see, if I open the data for fixed geometries and to see the data again, like come to fixed geometries, right click, open attribute table, and there's a bunch of data, like Indonesia would have a bunch of data, but the most important data is that num point data, which we don't see, right now we don't see any column about num. Okay. And what is num point? Num point is basically, so you have this count file. Hopefully everyone has the count file, right? The fire activities. Okay, so that file, so we last class we actually saved that count file as a .csv, if you remember. But let me just go ahead. Yeah. I'll request the participants to just keep their audio off. Let me just go ahead and show it once again in case you guys missed it. So this is the count file, and hopefully this everyone has, right? The count file. Well, I'm guessing it's a yes from everybody, so I'll just go ahead. Yes, okay, so I'll just go ahead now. And the way you save it is come to count, right click on count, export, save feature as, and in the format you save it as comma separated value. The file name here is this desktop, and I'll save it once more, fire activities 48 hours. Save. I'll do it as a
What's the format?
CSV. The format is comma separated value, CSV.
Could you just repeat this once again?
Sorry, which one?
What we did just now, the right click on the
Okay.
on the fixed geometries and yeah.
Sure. So not on fixed geometries, ma'am, it's on the count file. You have the count file? Do you have the count file?
Yes, I have the count file.
Okay, great. So right click on that, export, save feature as. Save feature as, and the format in my it automatically gives comma separated value. But in case it shows some other format, so here's the way. Here's the triangle, and every time you see a triangle in QGIS, that means that you have to click on that for it to expand. And this is the CSV. We have a bunch of other formats as well, and we'll look into other formats. But for the time being, just save it as a comma separated value. The file name, you click on this three dots here and save it wherever you want. I'll save it in my desktop 48 hours. That's it. Save. CRS 34326, just keep it like that, it's fine. And we don't want all the columns here, okay? We don't want all the columns, so deselect. And the column we want is, I think it's the name column. So just look for the name column, just keep scrolling, and you'll come across that first name column, which I think is after BRK diff.
Okay.
Just select that name and scroll down, and here's the
I'm unable to see these fields.
you can't see this field. You have
No.
to if it's like this, like you have to click on the select fields to export. Just click on that and it's going to expand.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah. And once you have selected the name, the other one that we want is the num point. Okay, the num point. So do remember, like we need two columns. We need the name column and we need the num points column. Okay. Now that we have selected both of them, just click OK. In my case, they'll show overwrite file. In case you get this, because I'm saving it for the second time, so I'm getting this warning. So I'll just overwrite the file itself, and it has this fire activities. Okay. So now that we have the file, and let's just see like what data we have seen. Name, num points. Okay. So these are the two columns. So the way you now join the two, the two columns now is you come to fixed geometries. Okay, now come back to fixed geometries.
It's showing save error for me.
Sorry?
It is showing save error for me. I've shared the screenshot as well on the chat.
Yeah, because you didn't give the you didn't write the address where you want to save it. Okay. So the way you do that is export save feature as, you have to give a file name here and you have to save.
I did.
Just do it.
Oh, okay. I have to do select the location. Okay.
Take the doubts at the end. Take the doubts at the end.
Sorry?
Take the doubts at the end.
Oh. So yeah, so now what we have to do is, once you have done all that, once you have saved the file, come to fixed geometries, right click, properties, click on properties. And here you have a bunch of options here, this left panel that you see, bunch of options. I'll expand it. And here you will see this thing called joins. Okay, joins, manage joins to other layers, joins. Okay, and this will open a blank page. What you have to do is you have to come here. There's this plus sign here that you see, add new join. It says add new join. Come here, click on the plus sign, click on the plus sign and join layer. What layer do we want to join? What layer do we want to join? This is going to be the fire activities. Okay, not count, fire activities. Okay. And join field. And the join field would be name, and the target field would be again name, because that's the target field that we are trying to sorry, the target field would be, I think, sorry, yeah, this one would be the name again. My bad, it's name. And let's hit OK, and let's see if it worked or not. Apply. Okay. And right click on property, sorry, fixed geometries, open attribute table. Yeah, and here you see we have this column. So we were successfully able to join the two columns. So before I go ahead, any questions?
Can you please repeat the steps for this?
Sure, sure. So what you do here is, ma'am, come to fixed geometries, right click, properties, come to join, click on this, click on this. Your join layer would be the and okay, so I'll just delete this once more so that everyone can see. Just delete it. And you click on this, add new join, join layer. Join layer would be the layer that we want to join with fixed geometries, which is the fire activities 48 hours. Your join field would be the name column, and your target field would also be the name column, because that is the field that we are trying to join. Like these are the two common fields. So both of them would have the same. The name, both the columns name would be the same. Okay, name. You click on OK, and the moment you click on OK, see you have this thing where you're saying, telling QGIS or whatever the details are, and click on apply.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So while I click joins, I have a blank screen. I don't know what to do further.
Can you just share the screenshot, ma'am?
It
Also, it's
just
not
shows when I click.
loading for me in the join field.
One person at a time, please.
Okay, so when I click on joins, there is just setting in value. Where do I have to add in or something like that?
So I'll show it once more. Come to fixed geometries, join here. I'll just delete this. So if you come to join, and it's a blank page, right?
Yes.
So if you come down here, can you see a plus sign? In join, can you see a plus sign just above help, style, and apply buttons? Yeah, I'll just wait. Can you just confirm, ma'am?
Where is this? I'm not able to find it. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so you click on that, add new join layer, fire activities. Join field would be name, because it has only two columns. So name, and target field. Here you have to do some searching, but I think name is here. The first name option, it's after BRK div. Name, okay. Click on, and this.
In the join,
yeah.
in the join layer, I am not able to see the file that you chose.
Okay, repeat it once again.
Okay, so I'll repeat it again. So if you're here in the join field, have you saved it in your computer, ma'am? Have you saved it in your system? Is it on
Yeah,
is it, can you see this file in your layers panel? Can you see something, this file, fire activities 48 hours?
no, I
Yeah.
can see the 48 hours that was downloaded from the.
Yeah, we don't need that. We saved it, right?
Okay.
We just saved it as a CSV, remember? Like I showed you the steps.
Okay.
Yeah, so bring it, just drag it in the layers panel.
Okay.
Okay, and then come to fixed geometries, properties, joins. I'll delete it and show it once more. Plus join
Yeah,
there.
got it now.
It's like that, yeah. So okay, apply.
And the target field remains
Would
as
be name
is.
again. Would be name again. Name.
Okay,
The
will
name
be
column.
name.
The name column.
Okay, so both the fields would be name,
Be
and
name.
then we just do okay.
Yeah, apply and then okay. Apply, click on apply and then okay.
There's no apply here.
Just look for it. It's there. It's there. Don't worry. Just look for it there. Like maybe this is the first time. That's why you're getting used to the interface, but it's there.
I just shared the screenshot. It's not showing.
Yes, Ujjal has a doubt.
No, just one. Let me just open. Zoom is. You probably have to change the size of the layer properties window if you can't see.
I've shared the screenshot. Can you
Okay.
help me with where is the apply? I can only see
Okay, so
here.
click on OK. Just click on OK first.
Okay.
Click on OK, and then you see apply. No.
No, then it just brings me to the joins.
Yeah, so in joins, do you see apply?
No, it just shows that. Okay, one sec.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Ujjal has raised his hands.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Ujjal?
Hi, morning. So I can't see the fixed geometries file on my panel. Is it something we saved last time or?
So the fixed geometries is that file that we did to that was the file that we see fixed. Remember, like the raw file that any tenum admin that had some issues, right? When we were trying to do that count.
Correct, yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So we tried to fix that, and that fixed geometries option that we used from processing, that was used to generate the fixed geometries file.
Okay, I probably haven't followed those steps yet. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Just
After
follow.
selecting apply, what will a new
Just 1
window
minute.
open?
I'm just speaking to someone, and just give me a minute. I'll clarify all your questions. Ujjal, can you just go ahead?
Yeah, I probably did not follow all the steps for fixing last time, so maybe I'm lagging behind a bit. So I don't have the fixed geometries file. I have everything else. But
Okay.
I'll catch up from the recordings maybe.
Yeah, no issue. Just follow along. It's good to just follow along for the timing and then do it yourself.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Any questions?
After selecting apply, will a new file open or?
After selecting apply, so what you can do now is so now come to fixed geometries and see if you are able to join the two columns. And in order to do that, come to fixed geometries, right click, open attribute table. And if it's Indonesia, just scroll down and you can see, and now you can see this fire activity is 48 hours, num points 3006, right? So that means if you have that column, that means you were successfully able to join the two columns. Okay. Yeah. So before we go ahead, any more questions?
I think there was one more. Yeah, Ashwina?
Yeah, I just had a quick question as to why we did this step. We already had a count file with the number of fire events and the country in one file. So why did we want to create?
Yeah. So very good question. Like we could have just gone with the count file, but I just wanted to show you one quick thing. First, how do you save a count file? Okay. And the count file was generated by us, right? So a lot of times what will happen is like, say you have this any tenum zero admin countries, right? But you have a different CSV file, which has only that name column and the variable column which you want to visualize. Okay. So I just wanted to show you like how you first save a file, and then that file you have saved, the file you have generated through saving, that you can just use for joining. That was the only reason. We could have done the count file itself, but then we would have missed out on how do you actually save a file in QGIS. So that's how you go ahead and save a file in QGIS. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me correct Pulaha's. So that means, suppose I have information at the country level. I have a country map, that's
Yes.
the base layer.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have an Excel file
Yeah.
with some
Which
data.
has all the data
Yeah.
of the states.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now QGIS will not accept an Excel file. It will accept a CSV file.
Yeah.
So that is why you will now have to import that Excel file into it and save it as CSV file. That's the purpose?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
yeah.
attribute one column of a new attribute to a pre-existing file using this.
Sorry.
So I'm just summarizing what I understood is that we can add a new attribute to from a pre-existing CSV file to our shape file to our file in QGIS using this function.
So if you see this count file, right?
Yes.
And you see this sort of like this rectangular thing with couple of lines coming from the edges, like it says temporary scratch layer only.
Yes.
Yeah, so right now in QGIS, we haven't saved the file. It's just sitting there on QGIS as a temporary file. Okay. It doesn't have any format. It's not a shape file. It's not a CSV. It's not some other vector data format like a geo package or JSON .json, nothing like that. It's just a temporary file which only QGIS understands. What we did was we explicitly saved it as a CSV. We could have also saved it as say feature as we could have also saved it as a shape file, but we don't need a shape file in this case. We are happy with just a CSV, right? Because we just need the data. That's the most important thing here, the data. We just need the data. So that's why we saved it as a CSV.
Amar Said has a question. Amar Said.
If that just 1 minute, Amar. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Amar has a.
Hi. Yeah. So I've just sent a screenshot in the chat of. So I had to rerun the last time's processes, and this is what it's looking like for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, I think you have the fixed geometries, the fire data. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine, but the layers are not the right way, no, on the map.
What you want to do, sir, is like say if you want to like which layer do you want on top?
The
Fire data. For me first. Yeah. So all you have to do is like I'll show you. Just follow along.
All right.
So in order to do that, say so right now it's below the fixed geometries layer, like the fixed geometries and any 10M countries layer, right? You can't see it.
Oh, so I just have to manually take it up.
Just drag it on top of that layer wherever you want to see
Oh,
it. That's
okay.
all I did.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ujjwal has it out.
Yeah. Hi. Please go ahead, Ujjwal.
Yeah, just one other question. So regarding saving a file, when I in the last class, after the last class, when I tried to save the project, it was repeatedly asking me to save files. So
Yeah, so it's a good practice not to save your project, and I'll tell you why. It's because like your project might have a lot of interdependent files. Okay, so you have to save them as well in the same location, and it becomes very cumbersome. So right now, say I want to save it as a project like in QGIS. I think normally you save it from here. Save it as a project in save here. So now what will happen is if you want to save it as a QGIS file, so that QGIS file would also be looking for the valid output, for the invalid output, for the error output, because these three are the interdependent files, right? So you have to save them as well. So it's always a very good practice to just save those files that you needed. In this case, it will be a good practice to just save fixed geometries. It'll be a good to save the count file which has the data and accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. And now we'll go ahead now that we have been.
Swati has one more question.
Okay.
Yeah, I just. So you had mentioned to check if the joining had actually happened. We go to geometry and look at the attribute table. But so what has happened is every time we go do right click on count and then go to join, what is happening is it's getting stuck the moment I say apply. like the QGIS is not responding, and then once it responds, the window just closes. And then when I try to check if it's showing up in the attribute table of fixed geometries, it's blank, which means it's not joined. So
So,
I don't know how.
so I think high chances, ma'am, like you have to select both the target field and the join field and the join layer. Like I think the problem QGIS is having is probably with that. Okay, so if you see properties, joins, and if I go here, join layer, the join layer would be fire activity. So just follow along. Your join layer would be the fire activities. Okay.
Yeah.
Your join field would be name,
Yes.
and your target field would be this name again.
Yes.
And I'll deselect this. You don't have to do anything, and hit OK. And see this thing appears. Does it appear in yours?
Yeah, this is there.
This is there, and then I'll hit apply
Okay.
and OK. And let's see if it happens in my case. Okay, so by mistake, I did it on count. I did it on count, so you're not supposed to do that. Just 1 minute, let me just delete it. You have to do it in fixed geometries.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's the mistake we were making. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
think that's the mistake. Yeah, so in fixed geometries, if you come, I'll just delete this and show it again. Come here, join, plus join layer, fire activities, join field name, target field again, name. I'll deselect this. Okay. And this thing appears. Apply. And okay. In case it doesn't work, so just for the time being, just follow along and I'll take it up on one-on-one. You can send me a mail and I'll try to see what's happening.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a system error more than anything else. Like probably you're doing the right thing. Sometimes there's just bugs, for some reason or the other. And maybe you can just shut down and then open it and probably it'll work. So a lot of times it has happened with me. Very annoying, but that's how it is.
Would we have a question?
Yeah, I'll just take all the questions once we have the steps ready because we're missing out on time here. So I'll just take the question when the class is over, if that's okay. Yeah, I'll just finish this and then I'll take the questions. So now that we have this the field that we want. So what we are going to do now is where the fun part starts of QGIS. That's where we are getting to the core visualization. So in order to now turn this into something like this, what we have to do here is now come to fixed geometries, right click, properties, okay, symbology, and in single symbol, you come to categorize, and in symbology is where you can change colors and do a bunch of other things, like mostly has to do with the styling part of the visualization. And this is the fun part. Like this is what you live for if you're into data visualization like me. So these are you have a lot of options. I won't get to the details of them. I would rather if you can just venture out and see yourself, explore it yourself. What we are interested in is graduated. Okay, so graduated, and here is that column that we want to visualize. Specifically, the column that we want to visualize here in the value, you select that column. So you come down here. Okay, for some reason it's not showing here in the graph. Let me see if it shows in categorized. Yeah, so it's there in fire activities. So in categorize, it's showing fire activities, and we'll classify, and all these names come up. And in order to, and if you can click on this random color here, there's a small triangle here in random colors. Click on that, all color ramps. You can select whatever. So think about these colors is why are you choosing what you're choosing, what colors you're choosing also depends on the kind of data that you're working in. Okay. So something like this, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, green, these are diverging color ramps. Okay. And by diverging, I mean, it's very good for temperatures which would have a negative or a positive value. So that's why it's called a diverging. But here in our case, it's more sequential. Sequential is like from 0, 1, 2, and it'll increase accordingly. So that's why you're going to go with something like, instead of diverging, we'll go with something like red, something like rocket, which is sequential like that. But do you see any problem here? Can anyone tell me what's the problem here right now? Do you see any problem? Do you detect any problem? Is something off right now?
The classification is not, they're not categorized
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah, very good. So what's happening right now is you see 96, 952. So the ideal way should have been is 0, 1, and then 2, 3, something like that. So like you have 11, you have 12, but then you also have 101 over 10, like so like 1040, 1057, 108 is above 11. So it's not in a ascending order. Okay. And the reason for that it's not in an ascending order is if you see here very closely the value, here's the column name, fire activities 48 num points, but you also have this ABC. So what's happening is, so when we joined the column, what has happened is QGIS has detected this as a text, so the values, what QGIS is detecting is it's detecting it as a text, as a string. Okay, as a string format, as a text format. So we specifically have to convert this into a numerical so that so that QGIS doesn't detect this column as a text string. And in order to do that, let me just close this for the time being, the symbology, and you come to processing, toolbox, and here you go for refactor fields, okay, refactor fields. Click on refactor fields, and this thing is going to open up. And by the way, you need to select this input layer as fixed geometries. Otherwise, you won't find the column. So this is one important thing. A lot of people sometimes they have issues with that. So just letting you know. And then you scroll down here all the way, and you see here this is ABC text string. I'll convert it into an integer. Now it has 32-bit and 64-bit. That has to do with how they're storing the data itself. Nothing that concerns us. But just go ahead and select whatever. I'll go with integer 64-bit for the time being, and click on run. And it generates a file called refactored. This refactored field. Now, if you come here to properties, okay. Let's see, we'll try graduated once more. Let's see if it shows the field. Yeah, so this one has the fire activities, the graduated. And
Which one did you select from the drop down?
This one, you can.
No, before that, when you converted it into integers.
Okay, so if you see refactor fields, I'll just open it. This fixed geometries. Yes. And now if we do it again, you come down. Fire activities is a text string, right? You come to integer 64-bit. Okay. And then click on run, close. And I'll just delete the old refactored file. And that's how you do that. Okay. And now come to properties, graduated. And now you come here, it has, so now it says 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now you know it's a numerical. Before it was ABC, if you remember. This is 1, 2, 3 and classify. So this thing shows up. And now we'll get into the core concepts of data visualization. Okay. So now what we'll do is, you see, if you see the distribution of variable, so like it's 0, 0, it's 0, 1, and it's off. We know that it's off. Okay. So what we'll do is, here's the mode equal count. I think I'll go with natural breaks. And now it gives a better distribution. This is a better distribution, right? So we have the 5 distributions. 317 to 1193, 1190. So it's a good distribution. I'm happy with it. And now the one last thing I'm going to do is color ramp, and I'm going to change it and all color ramps, and I'll go with rocket, and I'll just invert the color ramp. I'll invert the color ramp because right now the darkest color is 0. And we don't want that. We want the darkest color to correspond with this one, the last one, the 6004 to 8340. So what I'll do is select that. And here you will just click on invert color ramp and click apply. Click apply. And okay.
It's set to precision 4.
Just 1 minute. Yeah, so now it looks better. And uncheck all, and you have this choropleth map. Is that how it's looking for everyone? Anyone having any issues? I'll take
The values
I'm
are
not
different
seeing
for
the
me.
ranges after pressing classify.
just one. Yeah, so I'll show it once more. Okay, so let me just delete everything. Okay, so now you have a blank, right?
Yeah.
And do you have in the values, sir, do you have this fire activities for 48 num points?
Yes.
And in the color ramp, just go ahead and just choose a color ramp before you go to classify. Sometimes what happens is we haven't chosen any, maybe because you're doing it for the first,
Okay.
you haven't chosen any color ramp. So just keep it to rocket for the time being, okay? And then hit classify. Okay? And then you can change it to natural break or pretty breaks, whatever. So let's see how's pretty break. I think pretty break also is working fine with me. Gives a better,
I have a question.
yeah.
It's showing different values for me. Like for yours, it's showing 0 to 2000. It's showing 0 to 0 for me.
And what's the final distribution that, and it's what mode is it in?
What? Sorry?
Mode, as in like this mode,
It's on equal count.
equal count, and does it have like 8000 to 8340? No.
No, it has one. The last one is 172 to 10,709.
Okay, so can you just share a screenshot?
Yeah.
I'm still not getting the ranges after pressing classify and selecting the color ramp.
Okay, that's
I've shared it on the chat.
so can you just change it to pretty breaks?
Yeah, now it's showing 0 to 2000, then 2000 to 4000.
I'll take that. And what's the other one? I think Purvi also has the same problem.
Swati has another problem.
Can't find any category in value. Not seeing these ranges after pressing classify. Not seeing these ranges. So let me just see what's the issue here. So how many people, can you just raise your hand? How many people are having the problem with not seeing anything? So one way you do it is, I'll just delete all of that. So let me see. And just click here. Okay, so no. So are you in graduated? So just see if it's working for categorized or not. So like we are in graduated, right? So just see if it's working for categorized, and then tell me.
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah.
In both, I can see count num points, but not fire activities.
Sorry.
For both graduated and categorized, I can only see count num points and not fire activities.
Count num. Are you in the refactored file?
How to check that?
So if you see layer properties, we have refactored. That is the name of the file, and then symbology. That's where we are. So what you have to do is you have to come to the. Do you have this file refactored? Do you have this file?
No, I don't have that. It's fixed geometries.
Yeah, no. So you have to come to refactored, and refactored is how we
Okay.
change that one to text.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah, please.
So the color gradient for me, it's black for 0 to 2000 and it's lighter for the highest.
I have to do an invert. I'll show that to you. Just 1 minute.
Okay.
How many people are still having issues with that? Not finding it, not finding the column.
So values after classify. Yeah, it's still there with me.
Did you get it? Did you get the values now? No.
No.
Okay. So are you in the refactored file, sir?
Yes. Yeah.
Refactored file.
One thing, so on the map, you have this message as a banner like layer exported. So it never came for me after pressing apply. So could
It's
that be
fine.
the reason? Okay.
That's fine. But as long as you have this refactored file, because this refactored file is where we changed the value of the num point, that 48 hours num point column that we did. We changed it from a text file, from a text value to a numerical
Yeah.
value.
So one thing that I did, I looked at open attribute table for refactored and seeing it as blank. So maybe there is some problem.
Yeah, so there could be an issue with, so if you open this open attribute.
No, I'm not getting anything. Yeah, here it's entirely blank for me.
That could be a reason. That could be a reason.
I need to rerun this. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
after the
it's
class.
fine. Just follow along for the timing. It's a lot
Yeah.
of things we are doing, so it's absolutely fine if you don't get it at the first track. Please do not fret over that. It's absolutely fine. For others, that's all I can say. Just try to follow along. This is a recorded session, and even after that, if you have any questions and all, we are most happy to help you regarding that. But just for the timing, just try to follow along. Okay. Okay, so now we have a file, and I just wanted to show you something. So right now it's a flat earth, right? It's a very basic flat earth, and while it serves the purpose, like me being the designer that I am, it's slightly just okayish. Okay, there's no wow factor to it. Okay, and by what I mean by wow factor is like that's where projections come in, and projections are very handy because what are projections basically? It's how you see the world. Okay, from your projection, how you see the world. So right now this is a flat earth. Okay, and just look at it, just see this is how it's looking. And now if you come here, EPSG 4326, did everyone find this? EPSG 4326, right hand side corner. Okay, EPSG 4326, and just search 53009. Okay, and if you do that 53009, something like this is going to happen. Something like this is going to appear. ESRI 53009 sphere mall wheat. Okay, sphere mall wheat. Click on that. Just click, just one click on that, and then click on apply. And now you can see the difference. What I mean. And isn't it looking much better compared to how it was looking with 4326?
Yes.
This is my favorite projection. And projections are very important because Africa in a 4326, I'll show you again. Africa in a 4326. Anyone from Africa, by the way? Anyway, so Africa, so you have this Greenland, which is looking as big as Africa, but that's not the case. We all know Greenland is much smaller than Africa. So what happens is in this 4326 flat Earth, a lot of places get distorted. Russia is as big as Africa actually, but Russia is looking way bigger. So these are the things, okay, what projection can do to you. And a lot of times what happens is your projection becomes your story. And by that, what I mean is, say we are trying to explore something in Greenland, the Arctic Circle, which is normally this Arctic Circle. We don't want to show the whole of Earth, right? We just want to focus specifically on the Arctic Circle. All right. So that's where projections come handy. And I'll show you in the next class, I'll show you like how you can just have a projection of a globe, the way the Earth looks, like a sort of a 3D stuff, like not 3D because you can only see just one side of the Earth, but like that circle Earth that we are used to instead of the flat Earth that QGIS is showing right now. We'll see it in the next class. But for the time being, this is what projections can do. And I'll always encourage you guys to just explore as many projections as possible and what all they look like. Like right now 5309, this is my favorite projection. You can see World Robinson, which is 54030, and if it doesn't show up here, it's fine because high chances that we have never used the projection before, so that's why it's not showing up here in this recently used coordinate reference system. You can do a simple Google search to see what all projections are there in QGIS and everything. For the timing, I'll just show you. This is a projection called 54030. And this projection is, by the way, used by the Nat Geo. That's their official projection. It's also used by a lot of newsrooms like Financial Times and all that. This is the projection. So World Robinson, I'll click on that, apply, and see. This is how the World Robinson projection looks. And all these projections look way better than the flat Earth that we use, which is the default projection. It's good to get started with that default projection, but once you get into the depths of it, like if you're interested in data visualization and all, you have to get into projection. That's the only way, I would say.
When you work at state level in the country, in that case, what happens? So
that's we use a local. So there's this thing called UTM, which is basically your local projection. Okay, all these UTMs that you see are all local projections. Like I think Karnataka, if you see Karnataka, the WGS EPSG 7. So this is Karnataka's, I think, local projection. So every place also has their own projections, and projections are also very helpful when you're doing calculations. Okay, when you're trying to quantify other things and all, it's always good to use it in your local projection.
So since we have people from many countries in this workshop, so they have to use their own country's projection.
Yeah. I would highly suggest that you use your country's projection. Like India's, I'll tell you. India. So this is the official Indian projection, which is used by IMD. It's EPSG 7755. You can take it down. It's a EPSG 775. I'm not using it for the time being because the map will get distorted, but you can just like load a map of India and see it yourself how it looks. But yeah, so that's that about projection. I'll keep it to sphere Molvite for the time being. And now the final step, which is we'll actually now go ahead and export this map, and that's why we are here. We need a map that we can export, which can tell a story. And just a couple of things before I go ahead. But let me just like get into the export part, and then I'll dive into what I'm trying to do here. So this is how your map is looking right now. Okay, hopefully everyone's on the same page with me. So what I'll do is, any questions, by the way, before we go ahead? Any questions? Any questions regarding projections? Were you able to use the projection like I showed?
Is the concept clear?
Give it some time. Like there's too many things that you have to, get your head around. A lot of things, the refactor fields and all that projections. So don't stress too much. But just try to, like integrate it with your work, that kind of work that you're doing. Just try to integrate this topic called projection, which is very important in GIS, by the way. Just try to integrate it when you're working. Okay. So we'll just go ahead, and the way you export, and it's a whole new step again, like exporting it in QGIS is a whole new step. What you do is, now this is how your map is looking. Come here, okay, and new print layout. Just in case if this is missing, come to project and new print layout. Okay, in my year it's Command P. You can use the shortcut, whatever Windows is showing. I'll click on Command P, and this thing opens, create print layout, and I'm going to name it fire activities 48 hours. Okay, click on that, and this thing is going to open. Before I go ahead, were you guys able to do that? Should I show it once more? I think everyone is on the same page. So I'll just,
No audio.
no audio. Okay.
Yeah, beginning.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now if we have this blank page with this artboard, which is also blank, the first thing you do is we need something. Okay. We need to see the map itself. And for that, to bring that map to your artboard, so the sixth option from top, okay, the sixth option, this is blank page, the sixth option from top, click on that sixth option, click on that, okay. Once you have selected, see, your cursor turns into a plus sign. Come to the edge of the box, come to the edge, the left hand side corner of the artboard, and just drag it all the way to the other edge. Okay, I'll show it once more. I'll delete this. Your sixth option from top, okay, it's called add map. Click on add map. Your cursor changes to a plus sign. Your right hand side is left hand side corner to the right hand side corner. Just drag it. And you have that map here. Before we go ahead and just explore the page itself, this new print layout page, I just want everyone to at least have the map on their page. Does everyone have it? Yeah. Any questions? Yes. Okay, great. So now before we go ahead, I just wanted to show you something. Now, if you see here, like in this left hand side, the right hand side, you have this thing called item, which will show you something which is map. And this one is more, this is the one that we are interested in. So this has layout, bunch of things here. Not that you need that. This one is important. This is item properties. This item properties is where this item is on. So that's why it's called item properties. This is main property, that's scale, map repetition, use your project CRS and all that. Come down here, and this is extend. Okay. And this is where it gets interesting. So right now, you can see the whole map, right? But sometimes what happens is, say, let me just focus here, like just in India, let me just zoom in. And like if I refresh, let me just delete it and show you. Do it once more. See? So your window will detect, so whatever you're viewing here will also almost, you can almost see it here. But then if you want to customize it, okay, instead of say like I want to see a little bit more of Africa, so you're going to customize the numbers here. Okay, so let's see, let's bring it all the way to this coast. And if you see now, you see the coordinate system 3749988197079. So this is that x min, y min, x max, y max. So this one, anything on the top would be, I think, yeah, this is y max. This is y min. this is X min, this is X max. Okay, so your top side would be Y max, your bottom side would be Y min, your right hand side of the page would be your X max, and your left hand side of the page would be X min. Okay, so this is something that you need to keep in mind if you want to customize how you want to export it. Okay, and what I mean by that, I'm going to show you now is, okay, so the X min would be 431 to 2224. 431 to 2224. And let's see. Okay, so this one doesn't change. Let me see. Oh, 125125. Yeah. So sorry, the one, you can just ignore the last step. This is the actual coordinate. Yeah. So if you see now, see when I change the X min from earlier it was in the 2000 range, I think. Now it have brought it down to 125125, and it shows this coast of Africa. The same way, let me just increase the Y min to all the way down to Africa, which is I think around minus 4709577, minus 4709577. 4709577. Now you see Africa. So this is what I mean by if you want to customize the way you want to export the map. Okay, specific, like if you have any specific region, you just want to, export that specific region. Like say, I just want to export this Arabian Sea region, so I'll give the coordinates accordingly. Was I able to explain? Did people get what we are trying to do here? Anyone has any confusion, any queries regarding that? Okay, so I don't see any questions, so hopefully.
Can you give an example where you're changing the Y min and Y max?
Sorry, why?
You changed the values for X min, right? For both the examples. Can you give an example where you're changing the value for Y min or Y max?
Yes, why I did that for 4709577. So I changed it for so that we could see the whole of Africa.
Okay.
Okay. If that answers your question. So if you want to see, say, like the whole of Australia now, I'll again change it to X max, I think. X max, and that will be 15172335. 15172335. So let's see. Fine. 1507567. So now you can see the whole of Australia. So that's how you customize it. Okay. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just delete it, and now I'll just bring the like this so that GIS can just automatically detect the view. And now, and by the way, if you change your view, you can always use this button, refresh view. Okay. And that'll just, instead of just going back and doing it all over, you can just refresh the view and it'll change and it'll show the new view that you want. So now that we have the map, now the first order of the day is let's get the legend. Okay, that's the most important thing, because otherwise you won't be able to explain what this map is about. So for the legend, I think shape, scale bar, add legends. Yeah. So I think this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10th one, okay, add legend. Okay, you see this one, this is add legend. Click on add legend and just make it a box like this. I'm happy with how it's looking. And you can always like, place it wherever you want. For the timing, I'll just keep it here. And now the problem is there are too many unwanted fields right now, and it's making no sense. Like we know what all these files are, but we don't want our users don't know that, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is if you click on this, okay, let me just disable it. And right now you're in item properties, okay? Now if you click on this, the moment you click on the legend, this thing is going to change to the legend item properties, okay? And you scroll down, you uncheck auto update, and click on all the files that you don't want, okay? I'll select them. You can do it with control, just click on control or command, depending on your system. Select all the files that you don't want and minus, okay? This is the minus, this is how you remove. So you remove that and see, this gets removed. The same goes for the swarmy count and file activities, control or command, minus, and yeah. And now we need a good name for the refactored field, because refactored doesn't, again, people won't be able to understand. So refactored field, just click on refactored field, and this thing is going to open. And I'm going to name it fire activities from May 5th, May 5 to May 7th, 2026. Okay. And now we are going to style it a little bit. And the way you do that is once you're done with this legend item thing is done. The legend part is we are happy with how it's looking. Fonts and text. And I would really encourage you guys to just like, fiddle a little bit with this. That's on you how you want to style it. I'll just do some basic styling just to show you how it works. I think it's the item level, item font. Let's see if this one works. And item, okay, yeah. So the moment you click on this item font, this thing is going to open, and you can change it to, I think I'll go with Courier New. You can change to whatever you want as long as it's legible. And see, these numbers changed. And the same goes for, I think, the subgroup heading, which is, I'll again keep it to Courier New, and size, I'll keep it bold. Point is fine. I'm happy with that. And let me just, what I'll do is I'll make it a double decker, so it's not taking so much space. And I'll make it center. That way it's looking better. And the same with this. Okay, so now left is fine, I think, with this one. And no background, I'll keep it transparent so that way you can see all the islands here. And I think it's looking good. I'm happy with how it's looking, but it's always very good to just like fiddle and see how, like if you want to position and size it, like in your space, or the spacing between the space below, space above, like that. So all these things you can do. There's also position size. So these are a bunch of things that you can do with this, and just see like what all they do. Okay, so this one is like this. We go down above groups like that. Space between symbols here, so you can space out this. This is what I wanted. Space between some space, box space. So these are the things that you can do. A column space. These are a bunch of things that you can do, but I think, we have a good enough legend that people can understand from. The second part that is we need a scale now. Scales are very important because that's your reference point from like what's the ground unit compared to your map unit, like in real world. So this is how it's looking here. And in case you have, in case if it doesn't show, like you have to fiddle a little bit with this, like you can see if it's map unit or meters or kilometers like that. Kilometers work for me. And this is a good looking, again, like you can style it as well. So these are a bunch of options that you have. You can see what this does, what this does. You can change, if you want to change the height like that. So these are the things. And now we need some source. And for source, you need to just come above add legend and add a label. And just make a triangle box here. And again, this is where you change. And this is like if you want to write something like write some text, here's the main properties. Like once you create the box, it will change into the item properties here. Main properties. Just delete this source. NASA, Swami, SNPP, and Natural Earth. Again, I'll just change the font. Font here, click on font. Yeah. And I'll just resize this and give it some heading. Bring it down here. And one last thing is a heading. So, ma'am, what do you think about like right now looking at the map? What is that first story that's coming to your mind?
For me, Australia looks to be the hotspot of fire activities, and India is also not behind. Okay, and the most surprising part is the region above India, dark shade of maroon that you're seeing. That's a polar.
Yeah, that's a polar region. Yeah.
So you also have fire activities in the polar region as well.
Polar region.
Yes.
Very
That's
important.
again a very
Worrying trend.
yes. Yeah. That shows that yes, things are really bad, okay, in terms of.
So what would be an ideal?
So now, if I am writing a global story or I want to give a global message, okay, I would definitely talk about okay, that Australia has seen the maximum fire activities in the last 48 hours.
But
yeah.
But the polar regions are not far
Yes,
behind.
yeah. Okay. That's a signal. But suppose I'm in India.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll say India is has in the second.
Yeah.
Ranks second in terms of number of fire activities. And now, if I want to further deep dive, I would actually look for an Indian map. Okay?
Yeah.
And then create an Indian story around.
Yeah.
So you can get multiple stories from the same data set, depends on your place where you are from.
So now what I'll do is I'll just make it a double decker. And again, I'll change the font to say Georgia. Make it bold.
Yes.
And I'll just change the indent. Keep it to center. This works. And now we have a good looking map. I like this, like how it's looking. And one last step. And okay, so just before finishing, I just wanted to show you something. And that has to do with more like data visualization. So some core concepts of data visualization, which is now if you come to refactored field here, properties, and say you want a more even distribution, okay? You want a more even distribution of this. and you want to change the value, say, so something like 100. Okay. And from 100 to say 500. I'll just change the add some couple of more classes. So maybe 9 or 10. Let's see how it works. So change it to 100, so on and so forth. Say to 500, 500 to 1000. And anyone has any idea why we are doing this? Why we are fidgeting with the distribution? A lot of times what happens is maybe like the range is 0 to 8000, but you don't have so many numbers, or like say from 0 to 1000, most of the numbers are concentrated from 2000 onwards and all. So this gives a better distribution, okay? And that's how we do a lot of data visualization depending on customize the distribution of it. So just to make the map look a little more interesting.
I remember Pulaha, when we were in class 10th or 12th.
Yeah.
We were studying statistics. So
Statistics,
we
yeah.
talked about this basic principle of
Basic
class
principle.
intervals.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all about that.
It's all about that. Yeah, exactly. So now we have a good enough distribution, and from say 7000 to 8340. Okay, apply. And now we come here. So it doesn't really change much. The look and feel of it won't change that much compared to the other one. But let me just refresh it. Okay. And now if you see, so this one has also auto updated accordingly, so we don't have to change anything. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this is a very important concept that we like, how you can customize the distribution as well. It's a very good practice to do that. You'll see the more you see the data, the more you'll understand how you can, make the distribution a little more even and all that. Maybe in this case, it did not make a huge difference, but it's always a very good practice. I wanted to show you that. And now it's ready for export. And the one last thing that we have to do now is come here. Now that your map is ready, come here, export as image, here, this option, and save it as, again, I'll just save it as file activities 48 hours. Save it in the desktop. Click on save. And just see like how it's looking. Yeah. We have a good enough map that you guys can be proud of. So yeah, this is what you can do with QGIS. We not only quantified it, we have a story, we analyze the data. So these are the things that you can do with QGIS.
There's a real-time data, So
this is real-time
yes,
data.
otherwise you'll depend on government reports that come out of a long time. So it's a real-time data that you have used to create a map and to also tell your story.
So someone was asking me how if ArcGIS, like the things that you can do in ArcGIS, can you do it in QGIS? I'll say not. You can don't just match up. You can do something even better. That's the power of QGIS because it's open source. Any questions?
Can you please repeat for the scale, for introducing the scale, please?
Yeah. So if you want the scale, what you do is you come here, add scale bar, okay, and just drag this box. And in case like if it says some error or something like that, just fidget with the scale bar units, okay, like map unit or meters or kilometers like that, okay. Did you get it?
It's showing invalid scale for me.
Yeah, so just play along with this units part, this Just change it to, say map units.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
So now is the basic concept clear to everyone? You can raise your hands, you can say yes in the chat box.
How many
So
people?
we
Yeah,
have
please.
to analyze data. We have to extract data from this. Then supposing we want to know, like in Africa, any particular one, this range of 1,000 to 2,000, what is the actual area covered? So I want that data. So how do I extract from this?
Sorry, can you just repeat your question, sir, once more?
I mean, I want to know how much area under a particular class is there in Africa. Supposing it is orange color one. How much
Okay.
area is there? Calculation of area. I want to extract this information from.
Okay, so if you see, so 0 to 100 in Africa would be, so actually I think more than QGIS, you can just do it in that CSV file itself, right? Because you'll be having all the countries. So you can do that analysis in the in the CSV file, but let me just see it myself, like how you can just get the range for Africa or for that matter, any, any region for that matter. Let me just have a look myself. I haven't done this analysis, but let me just have a look. But you can also, in the meantime, sir, because you have AI now, you can just give it a prompt like, oh, hey, I have this data set that I've exported from QGIS. Can you just help me with how can I find the range? And the AI will actually tell you what steps that you need to follow. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yeah, let us try that.
Yeah. Any more question? How many people feel like this was too much of information for one class? And it's totally fine if you feel it that way, because when I was starting out, it was the same and there was no AI. So we had to figure our thing going through documentation pages, like heavy technical jargon. But that's fine. Life is a little easier now with AI. And it's always a lot of information for sure. So you're not the first person to complain about that if you feel like that. What I'll say is you do this step so many number of times that it becomes an involuntary part of your workflow. You don't have to figure out something. Say if you get that invalid geometry error, you know how to fix a geometry, how to fix a shape file. You do it so many number of times that it becomes involuntary, that you don't need any reference point. You don't have to go through my classes to figure out okay, there are 3 steps involved in fixing a shapefile. So that's how you master QGIS, because it has a lot of steps, a lot of clicks and all, and it's humanly not possible for someone to remember all the steps. But the best way to get used to QGIS is just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it so many number of times. Say within 6 months, you become a pro at that. That's how I learned QGIS. Initially, when I was starting out, I also used to do a lot of check a lot of YouTube classes just to fix that geometry shapefile. But over the years, I've picked it up, and now I don't need any reference point. If that answers your query or confusion that you guys have. Okay. So yeah, I'll just stop sharing my screen. Ma'am, if you want to have.
So now at least the basic understanding is there now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they can use this tool again to map issues that are concerned to them. For example, you have a person who is an architect. Okay. Now he can use this to map the area of concern to him. For example, if he's asked to say build a housing society, okay, along with a contractor, he can actually use this to.
You can customize it as per your need.
Yes.
You can just customize this tool.
Yeah. So now, so the basic concept is there. It's up to them, up to people to now customize it as per their own requirements.
As per their own requirements.
Yeah. And the fun is there. Okay, the real fun lies over there. And I'm sure
Yeah.
because in the past we had many people, many participants who have now learned to use it for their own work. And that's what is the purpose of this course. It's not just to talk about fire activities, but to learn the concepts and implement that for your own work. Okay. Yeah.
Amar has a
question. Amar, please, you can talk if you want to talk.
he's on mute.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, I was just waiting for you to finish. Sorry.
Yeah, carry on.
Oh, yeah. So can you give some examples of data sets or maps that can be made with accessible data on health related, like infectious diseases or any wastewater samples, anything health related, basically?
Okay.
So like
Okay.
you want to make the data, or there are like you want to
No.
work?
I was asking, as we use a lot of sample data or available data sets for the maps we made, right?
Mhm.
Are there similar sample data sets or like data that is regularly updated for illnesses based on location and stuff like that?
So I have to see it myself that way. Like if there is any Indian database,
Nice, Pudar, you can share that with
I'll have to say it, but if I get it, I'll definitely share it with you.
Because
I have to see it myself.
yeah, in the module also there were some readings on COVID-19 and mapping during that time and all of that.
Yeah.
So data for things like that, because I do come from the healthcare field myself,
You
and
can
that's
try
where
Johns Hopkins. I think Johns Hopkins has a lot of repository like for data. So just look for Johns Hopkins data sets. Like the COVID one, like Johns Hopkins started it with the COVID thing. So you can just try and play along with that just to get started with QGIS.
All right.
Yeah.
Another, if you're looking for not just special data, if you're looking for not data as such, what I could understand, you actually can also see this site, say, repository of data. It's Our World in Data. Okay, that's a fantastic site.
That's
for
a fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat? I couldn't hear. Sorry.
Our World. I'll just writing it in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That.
Our World in Data.
Our World in Data. Okay.
So if you go to the website, the best part of it is you'll find a data that's open access. It's well categorized. It covers almost all the issues that are of concern to us, right from to health to environment to everything. Okay, as specialized data sets, you can also visualize it. You can see the trends. I think it's one of the most fantastic sites that I have come across. Okay, so yeah, just try that.
Ashwini has so she cannot scroll down and select OK, apply on the symbology page. So just resize that symbology dialog box and you'll be able to see it. Okay.
Okay.
Just try to resize it. Yeah. Okay. I think like we are done.
Is there anything for hazard exposure data? Any existing spatial sets, data sets that can be used?
On what?
Hazard exposure in India specifically.
Hazard exposure.
So, like the multi-hazard maps that are created. So, for each of the hazards that are there, is there any particular website from where these can be downloaded?
Well, again, it is not exactly what you're asking for, but if you see, IMD has data sets on weather disasters. Okay, so they have historical data, and I think that would be useful to begin with. You can make a small start with that. They have data on these weather disasters categorized under different heads. For example, flood, heat, cold, different disasters. Okay, I think you can make a small start from there.
And this is available on their website?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
then.
Next time, what you're going to talk about?
So we're going to get into raster file. That's a very different data format, and you'll see the difference. Like, what is the difference between, like, all this time we were concentrating on vector files, right? Now we are going to get into raster, and you're going to see what is a raster file and how to export and all that.
The next session will be really interesting, and the good part about that will be Pula will actually show you how you can extract the data from the website of IPCC. Okay, on climate change and its impacts across the world and your country. Okay, and then how do you take out data relevant to your state or to your even city level data from there? And you'll also get to do an assignment with us after that session. So please do not miss out the last session. It'll be really interesting. So we look out. Let's meet on the last session as well, and let's not miss that session. Okay. But if you have any more doubts, please feel free to write to us. We will answer all your doubts as well as possible. Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate. So be a simple doubt, but just let us know that
if you think it's
doubt.
a stupid question, it's totally fine.
Despite that,
We all do those stupid things, so it's
Despite that.
absolutely fine. But what I'll just like, what my request would be, just try it. Like if I'm trying to explain something, and if I'm trying to say like, just try it yourself. That's all I'm requesting from the participant. Just try to explore this tool, which is very powerful, which is very, very powerful. I'm not exaggerating one bit. This is my bread and butter. And, over the years, like I've come to actually value this, like how powerful a tool like QGIS is. So just try to explore in your own time, like if you want to master this tool, that is.
So Sukarni has a question: where do I find data on extreme rainfall?
There'll be a little something IMD has it.
Is it at India level, Sukarni?
Yes, good morning, good afternoon. Yes, I'm interested in the extreme rainfall data, but the real-time data.
Okay, from India or from?
No, I'm from Suriname.
Okay, from Suriname. Okay, so well, I think the best place to look for data on these aspects is WMO, World Meteorological Organization. Okay, this WMO, but I will share with you few more data sets with you. So, but that's my promise to you. That's my commitment to you. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so
Anybody
we are
else?
good.
Yeah.
I
think so. It was nice meeting you.
Nice. Thank you
for the
for
patience.
coming for the live session.
Difficult, but patience always pays. Okay,
Yeah.
so just be patient, keep on learning, and so we'll meet you in the last session. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.